In this video, I'm going to show you how to instantly fix wrist popping and clicking sounds. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over 3 easy exercises that can quickly fix wrist popping, clicking, and cracking sounds. As a note, all 3 of these exercises work just a little bit differently. They're going to target the muscles and tendons just in a different way. So to get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's start by focusing on a big cause of wrist popping and clicking sounds, which is strain in the soft tissues, notably the tendons around the wrist. This one is really easy to do and can offer very quick wrist pain relief. We'll just need something soft and round. I like to use a racquetball. It's very similar to a handball because there's a lot of grip to it. But you can also use a tennis ball, a baseball, even a round dog toy. Let's go next to a desk or any flat elevated surface. I'm going to start with my palm facing down and the ball right at my fingertips. It's really important that we focus on our fingers, hand, and also the thumb right here because there's a lot of tendons that run through there that affect the wrist. Apply enough pressure down where it's going to be a comfortable self-massage but not causing discomfort. And just roll over the area roughly about 10 to 15 seconds. And afterwards, if it feels pretty loose, move on to another area. But I like to do this over my whole fingers right here, over the thumb, and also into the palm. You can also use different motions to attack those soft tissue fibers just at different angles and to get better results. So instead of doing a circular motion, you can go side to side, you can go up and down like this, diagonally. Experiment with it. Anything that is working better for you, go with it. After the hand feels pretty good, we're then going to move on to our wrist and then repeat. And then we're going to work into our forearm and then all the way to our elbow. If you notice that one certain spot just is really tight and achy, maybe it's the pinpoint spot of discomfort, at that point we're going to focus on that just a little bit more by throwing more repetitions in or spending enough time in there where that tightness finally just goes away. Afterwards, see how it feels. I also like to hit the side of my wrist right here into my hand and also towards my elbow. For this side right here, you can just cup the ball right here and then dig into those spots. I would also focus on the back side of your hand into the wrist and also into the forearm. Make sure to go all the way around the elbow too, because all of this right here is associated with the wrist. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels pretty good, you're not having any motions or clicking sounds in there. Actually, I have a little bit of a clicking sound right there. I don't know if you can hear it. This is how we're going to take it to the next level. So let's say that when I do this, when I go like this, you can probably hear it over the microphone. I'm going to remember this movement and then I'm going to pretty much pinpoint the spot that I'm feeling that clunk. For me, it's right here. What we want to do is build through this motion while also doing a self-massage in there at the same time. And I keep doing this roughly for about 10 to 15 repetitions. And afterwards, see how it feels. It's actually a lot better right there, but I just keep doing that until it finally releases. But experiment with different motions of the wrist. You can pretty much go from side to side. You can go forward, or I should say taking it up and down like this. You can also do a circular motion. Identify any spot that needs it a little bit more, work through it, and I hope that that gives you very quick results. Another big cause of wrist popping and clicking sounds is because of weakness in the soft tissues that support the wrist. Here's a really easy exercise that can help strengthen the muscles and the tendons. It's called the stick method because we're going to be using something long and sturdy like a broomstick, but you can also use a PVC pipe. If you don't have any of those, grab a toilet plunger or go out in the yard, grab a big stick. So a note with this exercise, the closer that you grip towards the end, the harder it will be. So I would start in the middle and then progress your way outward, always challenging yourself to make it as hard as possible by grabbing towards the end of the stick. The first movement we're going to do is called radial deviation. Very easy to do. So I'm going to grab wherever I want on my stick right here, and then I'm just going to lower it all the way towards the floor. I'm then going to stabilize my arm right here. That way we're not using our arm during this movement, only our wrist. But you're just going to take the stick right here and take it upward towards the ceiling as much as you can. The more that you go up, the more that you're going to feel a lot of muscles fire in the forearm towards the wrist. You want to go up very, very slowly. It should take you about 3 to 5 seconds. When you can't go up any further, hold this position for a second or two, and now what you're going to do is slowly lower the stick back down, but fight the weight of the stick. It will hit the muscles just a little bit differently. It should take you about 3 to 5 seconds. But I like to do this one for about 3 to 5 repetitions. And again, if you're starting towards the middle, with each repetition, challenge yourself to work out towards the end just a little bit more. Afterwards, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, you can always throw in another set or two. Let's take this one to the next level by now doing a different wrist motion known as ulnar deviation. So this time around, I'm going to have the stick facing towards the other side, towards my back right here, and then I'm going to do the same motion. So I'm going to lift the stick upward towards the ceiling. This will just engage different muscles. So go up very slowly like this, hold it for a second or two, and then slowly come back down for 5 complete repetitions. With these movements also, if you notice that, let's say with radial deviation right here, that you're getting a clicking or popping sound with it, what you want to do is build through that motion. So let's say that if I just raise it up very slightly, I get that clicking sound. What I'm going to do is go right before the clicking sound, hold this, and then I'm just going to release it, and then I'm going to repeat. What you're going to notice is that this will help loosen up that soft tissue, and you'll probably have more range of motion in there with less clicking. So again, just build through it, and hopefully that knocks it out. The last movement that we're going to do is kind of like a rotational movement. It's known as pronation and supination. So with this one, I'm going to grab again right in the middle of the stick. To make it harder, just grab towards the end. And you're going to do a simple motion of just rotating the stick. So let's start with it right up. What I'm going to do this time is take the stick downward towards the floor, really focusing on moving through my forearm like this. Take it down as much as you can. You should feel a deep stretch throughout the whole forearm towards the wrist. Hold this one right here for about 5 seconds. You're going to come back up, and then you're going to repeat it on the other side. Again, you'll notice the muscles get hit just a little bit differently. That one's a little bit more challenging. But I like to do this one 5 repetitions on both directions, but you can always throw in another set or two. Again, with this one, if you notice that you're getting a little bit of a clicking sensation with it or a clunking sound, build through those motions until you finally feel it release. So another reason why we get clicking and popping sounds in the wrist is because everything just gets locked up, a lot of joint stiffness, and we lose range of motion. Here's a really easy exercise that you can do throughout the day. I call this one the wrist reset. We just need something flat and elevated. A desk works. You can even do this one on a countertop. You're going to start with your hand pressing down into that surface, fingers pointed straight ahead. What you want to do with your other hand is grip right at your wrist and press down with it. That way our palm will not come up during this exercise. So once we're in that position, the movement from here is very straightforward. We're just going to lean forward with our body weight while pressing with our palm into that flat surface. The more that you go forward, the more that you're going to feel a deep stretch forming on the forearm towards the wrist. So really challenge yourself to go forward as much as you can. You want to hold this one comfortably for about 5 seconds, and then you're going to relax. On the next repetition, we're going to turn our hand in just a little bit like this. The key with this next repetition, though, is we're not going to keep our arm in line with our fingers, but instead we're still going straight ahead with our arm and our body weight. You'll notice it hits the wrist just a little bit differently. So again, challenge yourself by going in just a little bit more on the next repetition until you can't go any further with it. From there, you're going to work your way back towards the middle and then go all the way towards the other side, really trying to bring those fingers back as much as you can. When you do this exercise, you're probably going to notice that one certain spot will start to reproduce that clicking or popping sensation, or maybe it's just really tight and achy. At that point, I like to throw in about 5 complete repetitions over that movement until it finally goes away or it just is much improved. And then from there, I'll go into any other spot that needs it. To take this one to the next level, flip your hand over like this and then repeat. You're going to notice that it hits the muscles just a little bit differently. So again, go with different motions like this and target any spot or movement that needs it just a little bit more. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.